Hi, my name is Anita Clayton. I'm the assistant principal at Silver Lake Elementary School here in GCISD. I'm here to give you some brief instructions on how GCISD does 504 paperwork in Eduphoria. And if you have any questions during, before, or after this training, please don't hesitate to call me. My extension is 5755, and I'm pretty much available all the time. If not, just leave a message and I will get back to you. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is you'll notice that we are on the GCISD website. And if you go to For Employees and go all the way down to Teachers and Staff, it will come up and you'll see all the important GCISD websites. We're going to go ahead and go to Eduphoria. And when we get to Eduphoria, we're going to go to Aware. Once we get to Aware, we go to Students. Now you're going to want to come up here and type in the last name of the student that you're doing the 504 paperwork on. I'm going to be using a student who is not a 504 student, but I do have permission from the parent to use them for training purposes. So poor Madison is going to be my guinea pig for today. When you come to this page, you're going to want to go to Forms, and we're going to add a form. And we're going to add our 504 forms. And the first thing we want to look at is our checklist for our 504. So when we view it, you'll see that it kind of gives us step-by-step directions of what we need to do. And this is so that you kind of keeps you on track and make sure that you have everything completed before the end of the paperwork. The first thing you're going to want to do is check off everything that you've completed as we go about our business. Now you can always save this and come back to it as we proceed. Of course, you'll want to go back to View Forms, and we're going to go ahead and just act like we're going through a whole 504 process with this student. So we're going to go to the 504 referral. When it comes up, we're going to view it. First thing we're going to want to do is set a date. I'll go ahead and set today as our date. This is July 10th. And you'll see that it gives the student's date of birth, what type of a school they're in, ethnicity, all the student information is right there. It also gives the student's schedule. You'll want to include parent's name here and their address. I'm going to go ahead and use our school address just so that we'll know what we're doing. Oh, messed up. The city and state goes right here. And typically our 504s are referred to by our parent, but whichever one you get, you'll want to put it there. And you'll want to list what your main concern is. And we're going to say learning with this one. Give a brief description. Pretty self-explanatory right there. Now this one you're going to want to print off and sign, and then I'll show you later how we go about scanning it in. So that's that form. Now let's go to our next form. You notice these are all pretty much in order. So we're going to go through all of these. If you notice, if it has an asterisk beside it, that means that that's something that needs to be completed on a yearly basis. If it does not have an asterisk beside it, that means that that's just for the first time around. Each one of these are really self-explanatory, guys. I don't think we'll have to do too much training on this. These are the Notice of Procedural Safeguards. These must be printed out and given to a parent for each 504 meeting. You'll want to go to the next one, Teacher Information Form. Now this one the teacher can fill out because they have rights to this student. It's pretty easy. They go in, just fill out their name, the subject taught, the averages, any difficulties that they're having, but this needs to be completed before we can finish up the paperwork. Each time you want to go to add a form, and it goes all the way down. Now sometimes we're going to need to increase our window size just to make sure that we're getting all of our forms. See, now we've got them all here. These two forms down here, the dyslexia accommodations and the possible accommodations, please notice that these are internal use only. The reason why we're doing this as internal use, these are just suggestions about accommodations that might be good for a student. We don't necessarily want to have this out for public view because not all students need all of these accommodations. So we just want to make sure that this is just some of the things that we might use. And let's go back and look at the other one now. Possible accommodations. Again, these are just some suggestions. We don't necessarily want them to be all there. Now remember when I was talking earlier about, pardon me, I have a cold right now, talking about forms that needed to be printed off and scanned. It says right here, this page needs to be printed off, signature obtained, and scanned into student's Eduphoria file. Well, if we want to do that, we want to attach a document. So you're going to go and find whatever form it was that you were doing. Just so happens I'm going to use this form right here, and it's attached. We want to title it. I'm going to title this as Maddie's form, even though it does say another student's name there. We're going to use Maddie's form, type in some description. And then we upload it with today's date. And we upload. And there it is. It will be there. So anytime you need to look at those forms, see, and there it is right there. It has been uploaded. And it will be there with all of the signatures attached. So several of the forms require signatures. Let's just kind of look at the ones that do. Parent invitation, when you get that back, let's look at it. We complete all of that, fill it out, the 504 signature, but when you get it back from the parent, you'll want to scan this in that yes, they did agree to attend the meeting, and you'll have record of that. So, like I said, it's all pretty self-explanatory. You just need to go through each form as you're going through, and remember to always go back to that checklist and check off anything that you have completed so that you'll have record of it. I hope this little quick session has helped you. Again, if you have any other questions about them, please don't hesitate to give me a call, and I'll see what I can do to help you. Thanks.